Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your man, Mr. Sim Swain. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of MTStv.
If you're tired of being the same, if you're tired of things not changing, it's time for you to get out the way. Don't get stuck in how you feel. Say, Jesus, take the wheel. He knows
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Okay, I don't know the song. But in today's times, we have people that have a dream. God has put a dream inside of every single person that's alive. And dreams are the things that keep us motivated, it keeps us driven, and it keeps us aspiring for more. That thing that sometimes will not let you go to sleep. That's the thing that God put inside of you in order to make the world a better place. Oftentimes we ask people, what do you want to be when you grow up? But I believe we need to ask the question, what problems do you think God put you here to solve? Barack Obama once said that change will not come if we wait on some other person at some other time, but we are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change we seek. We're talking about the uncommon dreamer. There are 6 characteristics of the uncommon dreamer, but today I'm going to give you 4. For the remaining 2, make sure you go to MrTimSwain.com and check it out. Let me know your thoughts. The first characteristic is uncommon dreamers are absolutely committed to self-development. Self-development is the foundation for success. And I guarantee you, you will not find a successful person that has not worked as hard on his or herself as they worked on their craft. It was once said that he who conquers others is strong, but he who conquers himself is wise. When we're talking about self-development, what this simply means is, what are you willing to do to get better in your craft? What workshops have you attended? What people do you model? What books do you read? If you don't know someone that's successful in the arena that you're successful in, then you have to find someone. Ultimately, we all have to answer 3 questions in life. What do I want? Why don't I have it? And what am I willing to do to get it? Are you willing to work hard enough on yourself so that you can be the person that you know that God has called you to be? Remember, whatever we want to see in the world is going to be a result of who we are willing to develop ourselves into. The second is being insanely myopic concerning your goal. That simply means that when you have a goal in mind, you have to be absolutely insane in other people's minds. Have you ever wondered why jockeys run with horses that have blinders on? Horses have these really big eyes and they have peripheral vision, and they can see so much more than we can see. Because of their great vision, they can get distracted when they're running. Because we see so much, we want to do so much, we can become very distracted. But when we have a goal in mind, then we put those blinders on and we become so insanely myopic. Then just like the horses, we run in pursuit of that and nothing else. Everything starts with commitment. And commitment is simply doing what you said you would do long after the feeling that you said it with is gone. I need to say that again. Commitment is doing what you said you would do long after the feeling in which you said it is gone. I think about a woman who made history some years back when she swam from Cuba to Florida. This is over a 100-mile journey, and she was the first person in history to make this journey without the assistance of a shark cage. Now, this was her 5th attempt over decades, and when she finished this grueling 100-plus mile journey, she stepped onto the shores, weak and feeble, and she said, I have 3 messages, and one of them is never, ever give up. By the way, Diana was in her 60s when she did this. She had an unyielding resilience, an unquenchable desire for success, but most importantly, she was insanely myopic concerning her goal. Surround yourself with people that are headed in the same direction as you. We've all heard the phrase, birds of a feather flock together, but have you ever considered why? When researchers started researching the flying patterns of geese, they noticed that they fly in a V formation. And this is because of 2 primary things. The first one is because of energy conservation. When all the geese are working together, it helps to create a lift that makes it easier on each geese. And when one geese gets tired, then they simply rotate positions because they're all headed in the same direction. The second thing is because it helps with communication. And because of this V formation, we see this a lot of times in other arenas. In military, they have the flank where they operate in a V formation, all because it helps enhance communication and it takes the pressure off of one person. When you're flying solo, that means it's all up to you. But when you surround yourself with people that are headed in the same direction, then not only can you communicate better, but you don't have to do as much by yourself. And lastly, get rid of your excuses. George Washington Carver said that 99% of people who are unsuccessful have the habit of making excuses. Excuses are any reason that we give to justify why we didn't do what we know we were supposed to do. And it's not new. Remember Adam, he made excuses when he broke the law of God. Moses, when he was called by God, he made excuses why he did not want to go to Pharaoh. And all throughout history, mankind has had a history of making excuses. If you're going to be an uncommon dreamer, you have to learn to identify the excuses that you make every day and even take a reality check, look in the mirror and ask yourself, why am I not getting what I'm supposed to get? Is it because you're making excuses? Is it because you're lazy? Is it because you don't have a good work ethic? And when you take the time to stop making excuses and recognize yourself for who you are, then you are on the path to being better, being greater, to being stronger, but most importantly, to being everything that God has called you to be. I had someone tell me one time, they said, Tim Swain, think about where you want to be 5 years from now. And I told them where I wanted to be, and they said, great. Then they asked me, well, what's your plan? And then I told them my plan, and they simply laughed. And they said, Tim, if you don't make significant changes today, then I guarantee you, you're going to be in the same position right now 5 years from now. And I just kind of laughed it off. But when I look back on my life, I realized that there were some major areas that I wanted to change. It was spiritually, relationally, financially, and some other areas. And although some areas changed, I realized that others didn't. So I challenge you today, think about the past 5 years of your life. Think about the areas that you really want to change and think about whether or not if you've made significant changes in those areas. The truth is, if you don't make changes today, I guarantee you 5 years from now, you're going to be in the exact same position then as you are right now. Mark Twain once said that 20 years from now, the things that most disappoint us are not going to be the ones that we did do, but it's the things that we did not do. Remember, if you want to be better, you have to become better today. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of MTStv. As always, remember, you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction. Be better tomorrow than you are today, and be better today than you were on yesterday. Peace.
You say yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you're tired of going in circles,
Let me hear you say